Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Jake Talks, today's relationships talk show. Okay, once again, you got me, your special and one and only. All right, and also we have Miss Debbie, Debbie in here.
Yes.
Live on the show. All right. Okay, so Miss Debbie.
Yes.
Debbie. All
Yes,
right.
Jay.
Yeah. Let's talk about a couple of things.
Right. Okay.
All right. Now we've had all kinds of shows.
Yes.
We talk about the Can Money Buy Love.
Right.
How
All
to be
that.
what does it take to be a good lover?
Yes.
Not a great lover. You just gotta be good enough.
That happened to be one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, you gotta
right
gotta
here.
be good enough.
Yes.
I mean, and a bunch of topics.
Yes.
And how to love yourself before loving somebody else.
Yes.
So, I guess that makes this topic a little unique.
Yes.
Because this topic today is talking about. You want to go and tell the folk what it is?
When is it time to let go?
When is it time to let go?
When is it time to let go, Jay? You know, I just love the show because it talks about relationships in every form, and you let us know every week that any relationship that you have with another person is a relationship. So when is it time to let go?
Let go
of that relationship, no matter what it is.
No matter what it is.
When is it time to let go? Yes.
No
So that's the question I ask for our listening audience and you or today, Jay. When is it time to let go?
No matter what the
No matter what the relationship is. Right.
Business, family,
absolutely,
couple,
absolutely,
my boo,
right.
Yes, my sidekick,
absolutely,
my lover,
all them.
Oh, just even if it's just my lover.
Yeah. When is it time? When is it time to let go?
And they say they just only, the sex. They just say it's only just sex. I gotta let that go. When is it time?
But we know about that right there.
Okay.
When you sometimes you just can't let it go.
Can't let it go.
Like that.
Oh, like
that. Sometimes you just can't let it go. But when?
Like Teddy Pendergrass, I think I gotta let it go.
You know you gotta let it go. But you just can't seem to. You want to, but you just can't seem to. When is it time to let go? So I came up, Jay, with a couple of instances that I was thinking about today. When is it time to let go? The first one is when that red light that's been blinking turn into a siren, blaring,
and twirling.
It's time to let it go.
It go from blinking to twirling.
A loud siren. Y'all know what a loud siren is. It's blinking that red light. Y'all see that red light blinking, and then it go into a siren blare. It's time to let it go. And we all know when that time is. I mean, you already know. Come on, people. Let's just, we believe in keeping it real. You know when it's time to let it go. Here go another instance, Jay. When your children start saying mama or daddy, you shouldn't have to go through that. When your kids start saying that, why you keep going through this? Why you keep dealing with this? It's time to let it go.
All right.
Okay. Here go another instance. And I mean, this ain't for everybody. I don't know who this is for. I'm hoping that it ain't really like that. But when you go to your man's girlfriend house, and she invites you in to sit down and talk, woman to woman, it's time to let it go. What you think about that, Jay?
When two women, when one of the women call another woman in and say, we need to talk.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.
Yeah.
And she ain't laughing.
Right.
She ain't serving no cupcakes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Didn't even offer you a bottle of water. But you
just
got. But won't you come in?
Yeah. It's time to let it go. What you think, Joe?
I don't know. I be hearing that scary music. I be a little scared myself. Don't even ask me for, if you want to talk, but you don't ask me if I want a donut or a glass of water. I be a little shaky then.
Right.
Yeah. I think I wouldn't even come in. I'd let it go right there at the door. It'd be a done deal. I'd be like, call my girlfriend.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm talking about, the relationship between a man and a woman now, but you got family members and you got friends and stuff like that, with your family members. I think everybody got that one, Jay. That one family member you can't hardly get anything from most of the time. But then they come to you for everything. Let me have. Do you got? Let me have.
Let me have. Let me get
right.
it. Let me get it.
Yeah. When is it time to let it go? That's the question I'm asking. Fans, call in the show.
Yeah.
And let us know what you think. When is it time to let go?
All right. Call-in number is 931-220-7063. We like to hear your say on when is it time to let it go. All right. And I just want to plug in here while we're broadcasting the call-in number. Let me make this other announcement. Coming up for our anniversary, it's going to be our second anniversary. The show's been going for 2 years. We're now in 2016. So if anybody archives this, and it'll be sometime later in 2017, 2018, whenever, you'll know that this was recorded in 2016. However, this is our second anniversary coming up, and we want our listeners to know that for our anniversary, we're going to have a talent show. All right, a talent show to see who got this great voice, singing voice, because we have a gift for you. All right. The grand prize gift is going to be really something that I think whoever got a skill in singing, of course, now you're going to have to be voted on. All right, and we want you to put your best foot forward. Yeah. So y'all get it together, because the first show in May, we're going to take off with this talent show, and we'll be talking about the prizes and the gifts. But I think you all will really like it if you're a singer or artist. Right. We're talking about some studio time. Because if you sing all that great and everything, maybe you need to be out there.
That's right.
We're talking about some other things. Okay. All right. So so getting back to this topic, when it's the time to let it go. All right, y'all call in. We want to hear you. Here's a good one. I think it's time to let it go. I used to, a long time ago, I think I'm going to bring that back. I used to do the ignorant jokes, ignorant jokes. And we used to close out the joke. You just might be a little ignorant, ignorance means, you're not doing what you know you need to do, all right? Which kind of might fit in this, all right? Okay. So, it might be time to let it go your mate has picked up the phone, your phone, and has looked in your phone, messages that contain inappropriate conversations that reveal that there is a alternate relationship with someone other than your mate. It might be time to let it go.
It might be. It might be.
All right. Here's another one. It might be time to let it go when you walk in on your mate.
Oh yeah.
And they say it ain't what it looked like.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
For people who are friends, call themselves friends. Okay. This is just the friends, buddy.
Right.
It might be a time to let it go when a person has gotten a hold of your credit card number and has charged up hundreds of dollars because you kind of trusted them to allow them to have your credit card information.
Yes.
Because they were your best friend.
Right.
Or so-called. It made it look like they were your best friend. And they done charged up your credit card. And folks, don't think that this stuff ain't happening.
That's right.
Okay?
That's it.
All right? It might be a time to let it go instead of asking the person even why they did it. Because really, truthfully, you don't need to know why they did it. You need to tell yourself they did it.
Yeah.
And the fact that they did it without your permission, knowing that that's actually considered theft. Okay. All right. And sometimes folks, need they want closure. And I'm like asking, what is closure? I mean, they can't move forward because they got to hear this reason. Why did you do it? Why did you do it? I mean, it just brought to mind, why did you do this? Why did you do that? And really, I just have, my thing is, people, we just did a show. Do we sometimes blind ourselves to the stuff we see, or in other words, the truth and stuff? And many times we just as people, have to hear a statement, and if they gave you a statement, you most likely would not accept it. I mean, you say, you catch them if you catch them in the act cheating. Why you cheat? You go cheat on me?
Right.
All right. And then they go give you this well, baby, it wasn't like it was supposed to be like that. Things
like
kind of happen.
Like
I really love you, but it just happened. The first thing most likely gonna come out of your mouth is that you do not accept it. So if you already know you ain't gonna accept it, why are you even looking for, except for what you want them to go ahead and admit, okay, I was caught.
Right.
Okay, I ain't got no reason. If they ain't got no reason to present, then you back to square one. Why are you asking for a reason?
That's true. We like to say, Jay, that phrase, actions speak louder than words. When it comes to, something like love or something like that. Action speaks louder than words. Well, on the flip side of that, if you walk into the room and you catch them, isn't that enough words? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. If action speaks louder than words, on the flip side of that thing, if you walk into the room and you catch your mate, isn't that words enough? What else is it to say? You know, I mean, but we do that. I mean, I don't know why, but we do that. And when I say we, I'm saying, you know, it's been times where that same, really?
Right.
Why? I mean, what, like you said, what do you expect for them to say? You know, because then, when they say it, you know, then you like, I can't believe you did this to me. You know, we're for real. I mean, if that's real talk, y'all, come on. You know, so what explanation are you looking for? I mean, I think that's the shock. I think that's shock. You know, I mean, you know, like reflexes from what you see and what your eyes have just beheld, you know. So you say, why are you doing this? And then they go, wait. It ain't what you think. Really? Okay. It ain't what, like they said, even though you looking at it, you looking at me, your eyes are lying to you. Yeah, okay.
All right.
When is it time to let it go, Jay?
Okay. All right. When is it time to let it go? All right. All right. It might be time to let it go when you have a so-called, quote, friend. And Lord help it if they are church friends. And you standing on the corner needing a ride. The clouds look like they're about to get ready to dump a big pile of rain down. And you see the person
right past you,
drive right past you, while you standing on the corner. Who trying to either beat the rain or get out of the rain.
Right.
And they call themselves your friend, but they just zoom on by. And boy, if they wave at you, it might just be a time to let it go.
Or this one right here, Jack, or call you later and be like, you know what? Was that you?
Was that
standing on the corner of such and such and such and such? You know it was me. You looked dead at me and I looked at you.
You didn't even care to turn around and come back to see.
It might be. It just might be. Time to let it go.
To let it go.
It just might be.
Just might be.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying. It just might be time to let it go. You know. If in the beginning, you made reference to that earlier about the phone.
Right.
You know. In the beginning, you started looking at his phone. You know, because y'all was, that beginning stage of it.
Right.
You know, you started looking at his phone. And then after a while, you can't even find it.
Right.
You know, he there. Okay. And you know if he there, then his phone is there. Where's the phone? I don't hear rain. Nothing. It just might be time to let it go.
All right.
It just might be.
Yep.
Okay. If you got a girlfriend and you know you have not revealed any of your personal life to nobody but her, and it get back to you the same way you told it to her, and you go to her and you said, now I know I have not told anybody else this except for you, and she break out and start crying and throw a hissy fit and say, I would never do that to you. It just, because you know you ain't told it to nobody else.
Yeah, you ain't told nobody.
You ain't told it to nobody else. And not word for word. Just her. It might be time. It just might be.
Just might be time.
Time to let it go.
All right.
I don't know, Jay. I'm just saying.
All right. If you and I know this is gonna be a rough one for parents. Okay. This is gonna be really rough one for parents. I'm gonna say the statement. Then I'm gonna give this story so you can, so kind of bring it more home. If you have a grown kid over 18, all right, because we never stop being a parent's
Right.
child,
Yeah.
no matter how old we get.
That's right.
We could be 30, 40, 50 years
Yeah.
old. If our parents are still living,
Absolutely.
we're still their child.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
we're still their child.
Yeah.
All right, let's not get that twisted.
Mhm.
Okay. So if you have a grown child and that child is being a problem child,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say what might have brought them to be that kind of person, okay, or that kind of character. You know, parents, we might have a hand in the molding of our child
Mm-hmm.
to be that kind
Yeah.
of person. But however, there's a thing said, it's never too late,
Mm-hmm.
all right, to spare the rod.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that's another
Mhm.
quote that a lot of people get mixed up. You know, as far as Bible teaching, I'm just going to give y'all a little hint. Remember, I said we'll always, you know, when parents have a kid, that no matter what the age of that
No matter
child,
what the
that's
age.
still that parent's child.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when the Bible talks about the parent not sparing the rod, it didn't say at what age. If
Yeah.
y'all go back and read that.
Right.
All right.
That's it.
So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
it's never too late.
It's never
Too
yeah.
late
Mm-hmm.
to use the rod. Now you may not use the belt on them at a 30
Uh-huh.
year old. You know,
Right.
they're 30 years old and you in your 60s.
Uh-huh.
You know, you won't use the belt. But there's a thing called tough love. Okay,
Uh-huh.
real tough love.
Mm-hmm.
That you just might have to let them go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just might have to let them go.
Mm-hmm.
That is a justified action. You know, a lot of people might say, you know what, that's my child, I gotta love them. Just because you let them go doesn't
Yeah.
mean you don't love them. Watch what God did, what God says over. Now we always say He loves us,
Mm-hmm.
and He loves every one of us.
Mhm.
But it said because we are so simple and we do so many things repetitively, all right, and practically, that He turned us over. He let us go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's just scriptural
Mhm.
word. I mean, for y'all church going folks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it doesn't mean that God didn't love us because He let us go
Mm-hmm.
and He turned us over. All right, to the desires of our heart. All right, and He doesn't answer us and all that. He still loves us, but sometimes it's just time to let Him go.
Sometimes it's just
It's
time to let 'em go.
let them go.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
time to let your kids go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that's a good point, Jay. You know, I mean, if we think about it, you know, because like you say, you got some, you know, grown children at home, you know, whether it may not be wanting to go to work
Mhm.
or, you know, do something productive. I watched the show on Dr. Phil probably about a few months ago,
Mhm.
and the young man was something like mid-30s or something like that. He was a millionaire at one time.
Mhm.
Lost it all.
Wow.
I mean,
Millionaire.
lost a millionaire.
And lost.
Lost everything.
Mm.
Ended up living in his parents' garage.
Mm.
And his father would get up and go to work every day.
Mhm.
Okay, older man get up, go to work every day. He moved his girlfriend in with him,
Mhm.
who didn't have a job,
Mm.
and they didn't have jobs together.
Mm.
But then they would come up in the house part of the house with his mother, and the girlfriend, you know, would talk to the mother like she was the guest,
Mhm.
and the girlfriend, it was her house.
Mm.
And so they was having this constant conflict about them taking over
Mhm.
the house.
Mm.
So the mother got to the point to where she couldn't take it, so she wrote Dr. Phil.
Mhm.
And Dr. Phil told both of them,
Mm.
y'all just gonna have to let him go.
Mhm.
Because you're making it too easy for him.
Yeah.
He's living in your garage. You still giving him money to do that, because I think he was doing drugs, smoking weed or something
Mm.
like that too. You still giving him money, supplying his needs. Then he's being disrespectful,
Mhm.
not trying to do anything productive.
Mhm.
You just gonna have to let him go.
Yeah.
But now at first, the mother didn't want to let him go.
Uh-huh.
And the father was saying, look, you gonna have to go. But the mother's like, no, don't kick him out, don't kick him out, don't kick him
Mhm.
out. So after it started getting on her nerve,
Mhm.
you know, when he brought his girlfriend in and allowed his girlfriend to disrespect his mother, now she was siding with the father.
Mhm.
and saying, okay, they got to go. You know, so in cases like that, I mean, you know, whatever the situation is, your home is your home. And I often say this because we knew, me and my brothers knew as adults. My mother always told us, if you ever need to come back home, you can come back home. You know, that was always her thing. But we also understood that no matter how old we get, we were still going to be her children. So if we 35, 40 years old, and she say come in the house at 10 o'clock, guess what? We in the house at 10 o'clock. If you want a roof over your head,
right.
Because that's just how she was. She didn't sway. I mean, you know, age. She didn't look at our age like that anymore. That's why when we got a certain age, we was like, okay, I'm going to have my own place. And I thank God that I never had to go back home. I was, you know, she gave me what I needed to sustain me to stay here. But she always told me, if you have to come back home, you can come back home. But I knew how I was growing up with that lady before the age of 18. I was like, I'm staying out here because Weezy a trip.
Yep. And going back to that case like you talking about, the millionaire son that went broke, moving back with the parents. You know, like that show we had, you know, Do We Blind Ourselves? I can see that mother just blinding herself to what she saw. She saw her son need to go. I mean, come on, you had $1 million.
He was a millionaire.
$1 million.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm gonna open my home, but you blew $1 million.
He was a millionaire.
$1 million son.
Yes. Yeah, he was a millionaire.
All right.
I mean, you know, and the first thing, the show comes on, you know, showing his life prior to having to move back home. You know, these big yachts and this big home and fancy cars and all this. And then, you know, Dr. Phil went at it and everybody was like, you know, he was like, who would love to have a life like this? And everybody was like, yeah. And then he was like, but now this guy is broke. He's living in his his parents' garage, not down in the basement. In the garage where you put your car. Yeah. You know, and everybody was like, he was a millionaire. I'm a millionaire.
Right.
I guess it's not easy to lose your money when you buying stuff like that. You know, fancy houses and not doing anything productive with it. Investing it back so that your money can continue to work for you.
Well, you know, it ain't hard. When you buy, you know what? Purchase 5 things that cost $200,000 each, and you done added up your million. Okay, all right. So, I mean, you know, it's not hard. It's not hard, depending on what you're getting. But you know, that's I know that's not. I mean, that's a rare case. But come on, folks, be a little open-minded, a little more broad-minded, and hear what the message is. Okay, all right. And you know, some folks be like, well, we ain't got to worry about that because we ain't got no $1 million, so we ain't got, you know, I got to go back to my folks' house. No, it's the message, the message, what it's saying. Okay, all right, now, so it might be time to let it go. All right. When you're going into to a church, okay. Remember, we're talking about all types of relationships. All right. When you go to a church and you find a not just one instance or event of a bad administration of, you know, presentation of bad administration of that church. But even when you find, but especially when you find folk like the ministers or deacons and even the pastor, the shepherd, in a fight, a fist fight, or some type of physical altercation, it just might be at that point that you need to let that go, because how can they lead you when they are far, far from the example. And you know, I just now if you just regular members, that's that. But when you got people in the administration, those that are leaders, all right, that's why one of the reasons why we you know America really needs to be on guard with. And I'm just gonna say it point blank. I'm not hating. I'm saying it for real. With Trump, if he ever becomes president, or y'all. To be a leader, to lead the people, he is not an example. He is not a good example. So, shoot, folks might have to let America go move back to Africa.
Oh Lord!
That's where he wanted. That's where he said he wanted. That's where he said he wanted folk of color to go, and he said he wanted Mexicans to go back to their Latino land, and he said the Chinese to go back to to Japan and China. He just what does that leave? All right, all the non-colored folk. I mean, you know, he doesn't have to say it point blank to say, you know, he going around saying, I'm not. He said, made that statement. Yeah. I'm not saying that I'm trying to make America white again. I never said that. But when you sit there and make the statement, well, black folk need to go back to Africa. Mexicans need to go back to Mexico. We need to get them out of the United States. Chinese and Orientals need to go back to Japan. When you done got rid of all the different creeds, and the only ones that's left, what is that saying?
What is that saying?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You know, all right, y'all go blind yourself to the stuff you see if you want to.
Yeah.
All right, but the message is very clear. All right.
You know, Jay, you made a point about, you know, leadership in the household of faith in the church. And you're right, it does. I mean, you know, you got to know that if that kind of stuff is going on, it's only going to get worse. And I'm recalled about the case where the pastor who was married, somewhere around North Carolina, South Carolina, who was married, was having an affair with the deacon's wife. And the deacon came in the church, if I'm not mistaken. I might not have this all the way right, but y'all know the case I'm talking about. Confronted the pastor. Either the pastor pulled a gun or the deacon pulled a gun and shot and killed. Either the deacon was killed or the pastor was killed.
The deacon shot the pastor.
Okay, the deacon shot the pastor. Okay. But come to find out, not only was he having an affair with the deacon's wife, but the daughter as well.
Right.
Okay. So when I mean, come on. If that's not a sign, you know, today it just might be time to let it go. Now, is that not to say that God can restore? Yes, He can. But this just didn't happen all of a sudden.
Right, correct.
That's the point I'm making.
As a matter of fact, the daughter was pregnant by the pastor. To give more details to the story, got the daughter pregnant and was having an affair with the mother and the daughter, and but as you were saying, that had been going on for some time, and you know it's really interesting. That how people in the house of worship, when there are things going on, it doesn't matter what kind of denomination, and you know, I mean, we hear a lot more in the Catholic denomination than throughout the centuries. We've heard, you know, because they were actually the first established European doctrine or religion. But we hear a lot coming from these organizations or religious establishments, and such as molestation, affairs, and those affairs could be heterosexual and homosexual. Other misconducts such as manipulation of monies, manipulating people by taking of their money for wrong purposes. I mean, there are several things we hear of going on in various denominations and religious establishments. However, I really would love to call out some names, but I'm not going to do that. I think people know, people, if we blind ourselves to the stuff we see. I can't harp enough on that particular show we had, but we do, just like we're talking, when is it time to let it go? And a lot of times we don't let it go because we lie to ourselves about what we see. All right, we don't let it go. We try to make excuses for it, alibis for it, deceptions for it, just to be able to keep clinging on, and don't let it go. And most of the time, it's doing us more harm than any type of betterment or being able to move forward with anything. We all this clinging on to the stuff we know we need to let go. And I know I'm talking about organizations of spirituality and religion, but this is you're going to see this is going to spew out to relate to really everything as our show is about. Started off, Miss Debbie. Every type of relationship. I'm not picking on just on a religious establishment, even though it's the center point of what I'm talking about. Because this is not a religious show, and I'm not talking bad about spirituality or God itself, but let's keep it real, folks. All right, we do have a lot of corrupt activities going on in many religious establishments, and we tend to close our eyes to it and give, just like many other relationship situations, give an excuse or soak it up or tell ourselves a lie about it and go on as if nothing happened or it's not really like this or really like that. I used to be a musician at this church, and I'm gonna tell you, I was there for a year and a half. When I came into the church, I sat down with the pastor, and I wanted to know about the ministries that they have. Even though they hired me in as a musician, I wanted to know I wanted to know about the church. And he got to where he told me that they don't have Bible study. I was like, why y'all don't have Bible study? And his comment was, and I'll tell you what I later came to find out. His comment was, well, the people don't come and all that, so we just did away with it. But I later came to find out that was actually a lie, because the members had shared with me the reason why, and it was more than just one or two, it was several days, and they all were in line with the same statement, that the pastor had a dictatorship over the church. He was mishandling monies, manipulating monies. He and the deacon had an association that they were pretty much, pocketing money, and just a bunch of other things. And it came up in one of the Bible studies. They had it, but it came in one of the Bible studies. One member asked a question what does the Bible say about how to get rid of a pastor when they're not when they're inappropriate for the position?
Right.
And that's when it ended. Okay, so so it would nothing would interfere, and and as time went on, I mean, there were other things that went on. There was one Sunday morning. I'm not calling the name of the church. I'm just saying, and this is when I say this, this is not an isolated type of situation. I mean, we hear on the news over and over in different parts of the country, in different states, different cities, things that are going on. But we were getting ready to go into 11 o'clock service, and here 2 deacons are in the back fighting. The pastor knew about it. Physical. They called the cops out.
Oh, no.
They called the cops. 911 called the cops out. It was like 4 police cars pulled up to the church. All right, physically fighting, and it was a rough fight. I mean, that bad. It was that rough of a fight that they had to call the cops. All right. Now y'all know the Bible says let the secular world handle spiritual. Okay, so the cops are there. Pastor knew about it. Pastor knew what was going on. He came out, and that's what really bothered me. He came out and wouldn't share with the congregation what was going on in the back, because he didn't want, it was like a cover up, and the church really should know. I mean, because they're gonna find out anyway. All right, and if you don't want folk to find out the wrong way, and I believe he should have came out and said, but because he's corrupt himself, of course, that he didn't want nobody to be upset, lose some of his offerings, okay, so he could be digging in it, and was trying to go on church as usual, church as usual, folk being able to so-called praise and hallelujahs and run up and down the aisles and all that. So when I said, when you have this going on, and the folk in the church knew how corrupt the pastor was, and this had been going. They said it's been going, that they've been aware of it for years prior to me getting there.
What years? Yeah, when you say years.
Years. I'm talking like 3-4 years that members were aware of, missing monies, all that kind of stuff. They were aware of it. However, they allowed themselves, and I say it just like that, they allowed themselves to be manipulated. Bible does say that, do not deceive yourself, do not allow yourself to be deceived. So nobody can take advantage of you or deceive you unless you let them.
Unless you
allow it. They allowed themselves, that's how I say it, to be deceived by the thought that they could not say nothing to the pastor because God will frown on it. You don't raise your hand up to the pastor. But here's what I say, folks. For them to be treated like the pastor that you shouldn't raise your hand, they need to be acting in the position, not just have a title, but they need to be acting. And if they're not acting, then no matter what the title are, they are not that. I mean, I could go around with my in the front of my name saying, Dr. J, Dr. J, MD, all day long. But if I can't do the job, I am not going to be honored and respected and recognized as no Dr. MD. Okay?
That's right.
All right? So, so folks, not only I'm just saying, when you see things going on, and I mean, it just might be time to let it go. It
might be time to let it go.
It just might be time to let it go.
Don't blind your eyes to what you see. Your eyes are not lying to you. that inner man, that what we call it, people like to say that gut feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I had a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Something told me
Mm-hmm.
that listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's there for a reason.
Right.
It may be time for you to let that thing go.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know, you know, Jay, we know when we get to that point
Mm-hmm.
to where we know that we know that we know
Mm-hmm.
that we should let it go.
Mm-hmm.
But yet and still we hang on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love him.
Mm-hmm.
I know, you know, this ain't right, you know, he do it, but I just can't. I love him so much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but do you love how you feel?
Mm-hmm.
Do you love, you know, him, you know, telling you things out of his mouth that demeans you,
Mm-hmm.
disrespect you?
Mm-hmm.
Now, we just talking about verbal abuse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what about the physical abuse?
Mm-hmm.
You know, soon as he get through hitting you in the eye, baby, I'm sorry, you know I love you. I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I promise you I ain't going to do it again. Now, this is just some instances, but we know when it's time to let it go. People, don't blind yourself to that. Now, if you've exhausted everything that you can possibly do in a relationship, whatever the relationship is, whatever relationship you have with somebody else, and you know you've done everything that you could possibly do, it just might be time to let it go.
Yeah, it just might be time. And I want to make sure I put this this statement out of clarity, because I don't want people to think I'm bashing the church. Remember, we talk facts, statistical reports, proven statistics. Okay, stuff that folk tend to want to sweep under the carpet and act like it don't exist. Okay, you know, in other words, we're bringing you truths. Because, you know, Bible does say to reorient your way of thinking. And sometimes we get stuck in a rut that, you know, like, you know, you know, even Hitler, who was a deceiver and a manipulator and a murderer and all that, even he said himself, and he was talking about himself. He was talking about his own self. And because he knew people would even though they recognize he's talking about himself, they would still go on and accept it. I mean, because he could see that how gullible people were. And he would say, he made this statement, this profound statement that said that if you tell a lie long enough, it will become like the truth. And the way it really is, when it's really not. You tell a lie long enough, it'll seem to people like it's the truth. Like it's real. Yeah. Right. And that came from Hitler. Okay. All right. I'm sure many other people may have made similar statements or the exact same statements, like Socrates and many other folk, you know, wise people. But that is so true. You tell yourself a lie long enough, basically saying it ain't really like that. Right. It'll really become like it's really the truth, and you won't see it like that. And so, you know, and you know, like, you know, you ladies, even though you know you getting punched, all right, and you keep telling yourself he loves you, and you keep accepting that, all right, even though when at the time you get punched, you really are saying to yourself, you really are saying to yourself that he really don't love you like that. But I don't know why it's like we get schizophrenic. It's like we have a temporary insanity that hits us. And I know you call it shock. And it's like a temporary insanity. Yeah, and but the thing of it is, okay, yes, one or two times, But when it's repetitive, it's a pattern now. Okay? All right? It's a pattern. Anything that's called a pattern is actually called a character.
That's good.
All right?
Anything that's a pattern.
Anything that's a pattern is actually called a character.
That's good, Jay.
All right? All right? I mean,
Wow.
if you slip and you lie 1 or 2, 3 times, maybe even 4 times. But you keep lying over and over for 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 years.
That's a habitual.
That's a character. That's a character.
Yeah, that's a character.
That's a character.
That's a good point, Jay. That's a good point.
Yeah.
So we just saying, people that, we know when it's time. When it's time. If some of you out there this evening might be saying, yeah, you know what, I've been known it's time to let it go. Yeah, they right. It's time to let it go. This is for you. It just might be time for you to let it go.
Yep, just might be time for you to let it go because in many cases it can just only help you. It really can. I listen to people so much. How much people say they want joy and peace.
Yes.
Those main two things in their life because they're tired of drama. And they want joy and peace. They want to be able to I want to be happy. It's not only it ain't gotta just be people that you gotta let go. Some folk are eating stuff they know that ain't no good. That's not good for their bodies. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'm not talking about heavy people, but let's be real. You're heavy. You have an excessive amount of weight. You ain't happy with the weight.
Right.
You always talking about, I need to go on a diet. I need to lose some of this weight. But you ain't let go of some of that food you eating. You ain't let go of some of the calories. You ain't let go. It just might be time to let it go.
It just might be time.
It just might be time.
Yeah,
just, let it go.
I love Little Debbie's. Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Y'all know that stuff y'all like to eat. That stuff right there, and you know it. You saying this time, I know I shouldn't be eating like this. The doctor done told me already. I got to get some of this weight off of me. It just might be time. We just try to get you to that point to where you realize that it's time for you to let it go. Because you already know it's time to let it go. You already know. So we just trying to help you out just a little bit. And I can say that through a personal standpoint because, even though, we sit here on the forum, on the show, it's not like we have not been untouched. And there was a point in my life in a relationship after 25 years or so that I had to say, Debbie, it's time to let it go. Okay. So I made the decision. And the point I'm making is that you have to make the decision for yourself. Don't wait too late to make the decision when you know it's time to let it go. And the reason I say that, and I think I made reference to this a couple of times before on one of the shows before. It's a show on TV. I think it's Lifetime. It's called Snapped. Even though, no, we talking about, the physical altercations of what happens. A snap, women being abused, being degraded, being disrespected. And they get to a point to where they snap and kill their significant other. Right. I'm not saying this to that. I pray that it's not to that degree. But if it is, be it, and it's not just women. It's some men that are in relationships like that. So whoever you are, don't let it get to that point right there, to where you're looking at bars, out of bars, because that's where you're going to spend the rest of your days.
Yeah.
You know, if you know it's time to get out of that relationship, be it in a physical, mental, verbal, whatever it is, whether it's with your husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, children, friend, whatever that is, if it's toxic, okay, if it's toxic, it might be time to let it go.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you're pushing it to the limit. Yeah. Like I said, you know, sometimes we go in that temporary insanity, but then sometimes we get in that insanity and then we can't get out.
Oh,
you know, you be like that commercial. I'm falling and I can't get up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You. I mean, you know, sometimes we keep pushing it. We keep pushing it, and you know, sometimes we think we know ourselves.
Right.
And
yes.
And when we get past that limit of the self that we didn't know, is sometimes what might happen.
Oh my goodness.
We be like afterwards.
Yeah.
You know, and it's been said.
Yes.
You know, I didn't see myself getting like that. I didn't. I never, you know, would have did anything like that. But just this time, it was just like too much. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
That's true.
But we always. I mean, even, you know, we take like now, we see shows and we watch and we see folk.
Yeah.
And and why is it, folk, that we as a people don't tell ourselves that it could be possible with us? We don't want to think that whatever happens to somebody else can't happen to ourselves, no matter what it is. You know, we'll even say like the man, if I were give me $1 million, I'll never be broke.
Yeah.
But that he's not the only one that's gone through me and became broke. You know, just you go pull it up online, you see how many people had $1 million, at least $1 million, and went broke, totally broke. You'll find he ain't the only one. He's not the only one, but in this case, as Miss Debbie has shared, you know, he moved in with his back in his parents. A little different case, you know. But you know, we're just saying, you know, that question. As we get ready to come to a close, that question. I mean, really
think about it.
Yeah, just really think about it.
Yes.
When is it time to just let it go?
That's right.
When?
If not when, if not now, when?
Yeah.
When? Especially when you know it's time to let it go.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. If not now, when? Yeah. What is it gonna have to take?
Yeah. When? And then you can put a question on top of that. When? Well, when is when?
When is when?
Yeah, when is when? All right, folks. All right.
Thank you, Jay.
All right, we're going to get on out of here. All right. All right, folks. We thank you for tuning in to the J Talks Today's Relationship Show. And we'll be out. Yes. And we'll be hollering at y'all again. But y'all remember, get your talents together because the anniversary show is coming up. And we're going to be listening to y'all. You people out there, our listeners, y'all going to be the show.
Right.
All right. All right. Yeah, this is the J Talks Today's Relationship Show, and we out.
Bye-bye. J Talks.